Hello out there in YouTube land. It's me again, the Final Destination Survivor Joe from the 81 accident. Today we are recording in a graveyard with Civil War, as you can see, Civil War graves. We will get to the point of me doing that in a minute. But first of all, I want to thank everybody for their support that's been there from day one. And I got to answer a couple comments that people kind of blasted me on. First was about the gun comments I said about the, assault rifles. Well, hey, remember Columbine? That wasn't done with assault rifles. That was done with a pump action shotgun and a couple handguns. So, that's all I got to say on that. And no disrespect to the victims of Columbine, by the way. And I got blasted on people saying on how I pick on Obama to stop. Well, you know what? I can't stop. Sorry. Ain't going to happen because, well, he was just a lousy president and deserves it. Now, I want to do a quick discussion on PTSD, which I do have. Tell you a little something. I went to a car show this past weekend, and I met a vet from Afghanistan. I served a couple of tours. Well, I overheard him talking, and he was telling me how he has PTSD. So I went to ask him for some advice on maybe how get some ideas on how to handle it, how to deal with it. Well, he basically told me it took him 10 years to get where he's at now to to know when the warning signs are, when the PTSD really kicks in on him. And he basically told me how he, which I have the same, frustrations. Like, say, I forget where I lay a bolt or something, and I get pissed off. And I try to walk away from it. He's also, warned me about spending urges that comes with the territory of PTSD, and the other bad stuff that goes with it, like the weird moods, which I don't know the warning signs of yet. I only know there's a couple things that causes it, but one area in particular. And I'm 4 years in. He basically told me I got a long time to go before I can, which I guess I was a real kick in the ass, because I guess I really haven't fully accepted it yet. And he said, first thing is you gotta get used to the new you, your new brain, and then accept it. And every little step of progress, he said, is a victory. Baby steps. So that is what I can basically go with about the PTSD. And he also said one thing is that PTSD, people that have it, never heals. It's an injury. It's not an injury that ever goes away. It's just something you got to learn to accept and be happy with, I suppose. So it is part of the permanent brain injury that I have. And it sucks. And believe me, I hate crowds, and that's part of it. Anyway, now to the next subject, which would be memory loss and how to keep the brain active. And I watch a lot of History Channel, some Nat Geo, Discovery, stuff like that, to keep the brain going, feed the brain. Because the minute you stop learning, obviously you're, it's part of it. It could also speed up Alzheimer's and such like that. And You stop learning, you stop growing. So it's also, with memory loss, keeping the brain going, it's also a way to, help and keep the exercise in the brain. Like, I've really felt stupid on this one. I thought a show called Undercover America or something. I can't remember exactly what it's called, on Nat Geo, Katie Couric. And they were talking about how they were tearing down Southern monuments. And there was 3 different sides to that, which gets to where I'm at right now. Reason why I'm posting here in front of these Civil War graves. And as you look along, you see Northern flags and Confederate. We're in Mount Olive Cemetery, where all the soldiers, including the South, is honored here, because this is obviously a neutral state. So we had men fighting on both sides. Well, anyway, back to the thing, removing the Southern monuments. It was new to me because apparently I completely forgot about it, and I think it was during the Black Lives Matter thing. And well, the way I looked at it, there was 3 sides to this thing. The 2 sides we're not really going to get into. And then there was the other side of it, preserving history. They tore some of the General Lee soldier monuments down. Well, a little history lesson here about Robert E. Lee. He was a graduate of West Point, I do believe, and he was in the Union Army. He did not want to leave the Union Army, but seeing how as the Union was going against his home state of Virginia, he wanted to defend his home state of Virginia and his home. So he went against the North. Well, in all honesty, General Lee was a great general. The South was beating the North for 2 years, being outmanned, essentially outarmed, and he did it by strategy. Well, the reason why the North won was because industry, they got out more guns, and Grant joined the war and turned the war around for the North. So, should we honor General Lee? Yes, because of his military accomplishments. We don't look at it as he lost the war. These removal of these monuments is nothing but trying to rewrite history and erase it, which we cannot do. We gotta respect our history. We gotta learn our history well. Schools don't teach all of it or teach it in full. They just teach you what the government wants you to know. So I urge to, watch history, and hell, even read books on it. I'm a history buff. I love it, because the only way this country can move on and have a bright future is we got to always remember our history, look back on our history, so we don't do the same things twice. Much like nowadays, now it's like the 1960s, because everybody's protesting something. But we won't get into that. Now, so that really helped me with my memory a little bit, watching all this history stuff, working it. It still ain't the best of memory. I probably won't remember doing this, but I'm going to try. Now that we did those issues, let's talk. I did hear something on the news, which really sucks. I hope people with brain injuries, I hope this don't scare you, but it scared me. They did a new study. Don't know where, don't know the details, but apparently no matter how small, how severe your brain injury is, you have a greater chance of Parkinson's. Damn, I'm screwed. Just one more thing to add to the list that'll probably kill me. Anyhow, so now that that part's over, there's some events coming up that maybe y'all might be interested in coming out, and I'll be there. Like April 29th, with I think it's this weekend. There's a car show out at, I believe, Linganore High School. Uh, Never been there. It might be fun. And May 5th, there's one out at Clarksburg High School, a car show. And every second Saturday of the month, Golden Gears has their cruise-ins. Hope to see y'all there. Hope to be able to talk to you. And maybe you can chime in and I can give you some helpful advice. Maybe not. But I just wanted to get my experiences out with this guy that I met, and hopefully it helps y'all out. Be just being straight out like he was, straight out with me. So anyway, since we're here in front of these Civil War veterans, I want to say now that it's getting nice out and we're all going to be out and about, take time, and every time you see a veteran, thank them, shake their hand. Heck, if you want, give them a hug. And I want to start out right now by thanking all the vets out there that served in every single war that we've had to make this country what it is, and for me to be able to do what I do. And I want to thank everybody in my support group. You know who you are. Family, friends, everybody knows who they are. Thank you for being there with me. And my beautiful wife that I love dearly. Thank you for being there from day one. Well, that's the end of my video. And I will catch you all next time. Oh, by the way, if somebody can tell me, why do they always put a fence around a graveyard? Is it to keep the living out or the dead in? Because if it's to keep the dead in, I'll be damned if I want to stay in a place that's this quiet. I want to rock and roll all over the place and scare the shit out of people. Well, anyway, maybe you can answer my question, but I don't know. I'm just being stupid and funny. Have a good evening. Peace out, and I will talk to you in, I don't know, a little bit, couple weeks. Who the hell knows? Peace.